Hey everyone, Hammers here with another Lip Dub update. Today I wanted to reveal to everyone sort of a map of what we're doing. It's going to include all the different songs. You've heard the big songs, but there are actually 18 songs total going to be in this thing. And some of them you voted on, and some of them were ones that we picked by ourselves. But you're going to hear sort of the plan, how it's going to work through its way through the building, and what songs are going to play, and what kids have been chosen to be the actual lip singers and have parts and stuff in it. Now, I'd like to start off by explaining what happened here with the lip singers. The thing is, we put out that initial survey asking all of you which of you wanted to be a part of the lip syncing videos as one of the main kids, as one of the face kids, I like to call them. There were three options. Yes, I definitely want to be one of the face kids. Maybe I want to be one of the face kids, and no, I don't want to be one of the face kids. We got an overwhelming number of kids that said yes, they wanted to be face kids. We had 163, I counted them, 163 kids in this building wanted to be one of the face kids. So right off the bat, we knew we weren't going to have 163 parts. So we parked the maybes. I had that maybe option there in case we didn't get enough yeses. I could see kids who are kind of on the fence and might be talked into doing it. So since we had so many yeses, we basically parked the maybes, and we decided that we weren't going to actually look at them when we were looking for the people to fill the parts. Next, we considered a lot of different things. First of all, kids representing the different groups. A lot of these songs are tied to specific groups. So, for example, if the basketball team, we needed somebody to represent the basketball teams, and all we could look at to choose from were people that were actually on one of the basketball teams to represent the basketball teams. If a kid didn't play basketball, we obviously weren't going to choose them to be the face of the basketball team. So most of the teams had, or groups I should say, because they're not all sports teams, but most of the groups had enough kids that we could pick and choose from those kids, ones that we felt were going to fit the roles as best as we could. On occasion, sometimes that conflicted. So, for example, the cheerleaders. We are going to be using the cheerleaders in a lot of different spots throughout the building at different times. But that sort of also prevented them from occasionally representing some of the other teams, just because they were going to be present in this other capacity, so we couldn't use them in this capacity at the same time, that sort of thing. I hope you all understand. This has been, you may have seen me calling weirdly large groups of kids from time to time to talk to them. Once we got them in my room and we sat them down and started talking to them, the first thing we did was we asked them, are they certain that they are going to follow through with this? If they want their face on the camera and they're going to be lip syncing along and hamming it up and dancing and all that other good stuff. So we wanted to make sure we had kids that we felt were going to take it seriously, and then we asked them, hey, are you committed to doing this? And occasionally a kid said, you know what, I've thought about it, and I'm not actually gonna want to do it. And we had a couple. We had 5 or 6 kids that we asked that decided along the way that it was something they no longer wanted to do, and that's fine. We then looked to other kids to fill those roles. At the time of me filming this, we've asked 60 kids who've agreed to fill in different parts throughout this whole video. 60, which is a huge number. I can't believe I managed to get 60 of you in this thing to begin with. And to be honest, there's a couple parts yet that things have happened here and there that I still have to fill. So this list isn't going to be 100% yet, but it's like 99%. There's probably 2 or 3 other kids yet going to be added to it, but they're very specific roles that we just had some hard times filling in those specific roles. That's why I haven't quite lined up those last couple of spots yet. Finally, there's more to come and there's more to do. So just because we didn't ask you to be one of the face kids doesn't mean we're not going to use you in this video. And this is where we're looking also not only to the yeses that haven't done anything, but now we're also looking at the maybes. There's plenty of little things going on. You know, the art kids, for example, when they sing their song, they're going to be, we're going to have 20 or so different kids representing art, like hanging their artwork on the walls and stuff like that. So we looked at a bunch of kids who had artwork in the art show, and we're going to be asking them to, hold their own artwork and display it and stuff in the video. So it's, there's more things we're going to be, grabbing kids for and doing that sort of thing. These kids will, they might actually have some pretty cool roles and stuff, but they for the most part, they won't be like the face kid right in the middle with their face in the camera doing the lip sync thing. But that doesn't mean they can't have fun and have some really cool, memorable parts yet. Okay, we're gonna be doing this with as many kids as we can get in some different capacities. But I'm done talking here. I just want to say thank you to everyone who volunteered. I really try to get as many of you in as possible. We had like I said, a hard time sometimes fitting some kids in because they just weren't, we might have had a lot of kids that were part of a group. For example, we had a lot of kids that were part of track and field listed, but we didn't have a lot of kids that were part of golf listed. Granted, the golf team's smaller, but a lot of them didn't say yes at the same time. So we did our best to get as much representation from across the building as we possibly could. So what I'm going to show you now is a presentation that's going to walk you through the different parts. There's 19 of them technically. One part doesn't have a song to it, and then the intro, and then the other 18 parts. And then while we do this, we're going to share with you the kids who have told us that they're committed to filling the face kid roles during those parts of the video. So congratulations to everyone out there. I'm sorry if you didn't get picked. It's I did the best I could, but we couldn't include 163 face kids. That was an overwhelming number. But at the very least, we had an overwhelming number to choose from, which was a good thing. I'm glad so many of you, a third of this building, decided that they wanted to take a shot, and I'm proud of you all for saying yes to begin with, because that's a big step in of itself. For those kids who who are on this list, starting Wednesday, if you haven't gotten your song lyrics yet, you can pick them up from me. You could stop by. I will have the song lyrics printed out, and I will do my best to show you exactly what verses of the songs and that sort of thing you're going to do. We haven't timed out every single song 100% yet, but at the very least you can start learning the lyrics to the songs to start the lip syncing. Okay, here's the list, and I'll see you all later in the next update. Go Aviators!